Aliens is directed by James Cameron and was released in 1986 and is a direct sequel to the 1979 horror movie Alien, directed by Ridley Scott. Now, if you're a movie fan like myself, you would have heard this question a million times. Which is better, Alien or Aliens? Personally, from a filmmaking standpoint, I think they are just as good as each other. But personally, I tend to lean more towards Aliens than Alien. Even though I love both these movies just as much as each other, I tend to lean more towards Aliens for various different reasons. But one of the main reasons is I think Aliens just has more going for it than the first one. Now, one of the main things I love about this movie is what James Cameron actually did with it. I mean, he could have gone the easy route and just copied Ridley Scott's suspenseful, claustrophobic horror movie. But no, he didn't. He went completely different direction and made a full-on action movie with not one, but millions of aliens. So yeah, if you thought one alien was scary in the first movie, they times it by 10 in Aliens. Like, seeing hundreds of these things come at you in this movie is honestly one of the most terrifying things ever. James Cameron's direction of this movie is as good as it can possibly be. It's frenetic, but yet suspenseful at the same time. Like, the best example I have of these two contrasting things is the really energetic and frenetic scene where the aliens are coming into the control room, meaning they have to go into the vents to escape, compared to a scene earlier on in the movie where Newt and Ripley are hiding from a load of these facehuggers which have got loose in the lab area of this building. Both of those scenes are great. I prefer the facehugger scene just because of how suspenseful and tense that scene is. Like, honestly, there is no other scene like that I've honestly, like, been on the edge of my seat for. And yeah, I do think the facehuggers are a lot scarier in this movie than they were in the first, because one, you see a lot more of them, and two, the way they move around is so spine-chilling. It's just like seeing a huge fucking spider just crawl from one end of the room to the other. And I hate spiders. The cast in this movie are absolutely great. Sigourney Weaver as Ripley, yet again, is really good. Personally, I think she's a lot better here than she is in the first Alien, because she's given a lot more to do. There's a lot more character development given to her character. I mean, she was nominated for an Oscar for this role. Michael Biehn is very good in the movie, and so is the late Bill Paxton. I will forever quote "Game over, man" in the near future, because even though it's not in the movie for long, it's honestly one of my favourite quotes in a movie ever. Also, the little girl who plays Newt, I'm not quite sure what her actual name is, but she's very good in the movie as well, and the way her and Ripley kind of, over time, create this mother-daughter bond is very well realised. Unfortunately, you don't really understand it until later on in the movie because of a deleted scene that is available to see on the extended version or the director's cut of this movie, where soon after Ripley has come out of cryogenic sleep, it is revealed that her daughter is dead. So that kind of makes the mother-daughter relationship between her and Newt a lot more significant, which is the only thing I really think the extended version adds to this movie. If you watch this movie and don't see that scene, you still get it, but you don't understand it until later on. I just think that one scene does benefit the movie-going experience when watching Aliens. Also, the camaraderie between these Marines that Ripley has to be with is really good. You feel like these are actual people, so when they do die, it is really, really sad. Just like the first movie, which did it, I think, a little bit better. You feel like these are actual people. Apart from that, I don't really know what else to say about Aliens. It's one of my favourite action movies ever. It takes everything that worked about the first movie, but amplifies it a lot. And I just have to give it a 10 out of 10. I've loved this movie ever since I first saw it, and I honestly don't think there is a single problem with it. So guys, that is my review of Aliens. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Bye.